I was watching a movie on Netflix, right? And it's one of these new movies Adam Sandler is coming out with. He has like some
Mm.
multi-million contract with Netflix, so he comes out with like a movie every year, and
Yeah, a great movie. A great
yeah.
movie every year.
And let me start off because I don't want people getting the wrong impression. Let me start off. I've always liked Adam Sandler. Like from the beginning, back in the day, 20 years ago, that was my guy. But in the more recent times, things have been changing. And with the Netflix movies, man, some of them just keep looking more, in my feeling, just more plastic and tacky. And this last one, I don't remember the name. It's like Halloween Hubby or something like that.
Mm.
And it has to do. It's like a Halloween movie, so it came out perfect for October 31st. It just came out like a week ago, and it's a typical Adam. Did you watch it?
No, 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 I haven't seen it. I'm
Okay, so
well, I'll let you finish. I'll let you finish
when
first.
I watched it, I knew what it was gonna be, but it was one of those nights where I was just tired of me and my girlfriend looking for shit to watch, and I was just like, let's just watch this. I know she's gonna like it and like find it laugh and heartwarming, and I'm like, all right, and I can tolerate it. It's one of those movies that you can tolerate, but it's a typical character with Adam Sandler. Is like the dumbass of the neighborhood, right? Everybody
Right.
fucks with him. He's an idiot, right? But he's like good hearted, and then things eventually happen where he's like a hero, and then the hottest girl in the neighborhood is with him because of his heart. And it's like, okay, it's cute, it's heartwarming, but it's just, I don't know if you feel this way, but with these movies that Sandler has been coming out in the past years, it's always like this repeated comedy technique or formula where it's always like this tacky, funny scenes that for some reason I just don't find funny, or maybe not funny anymore. I don't know if in the past, like I don't know what you think
Yeah.
about those movies recently.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm not sure if he's like aiming for like a more international humor, I guess. Because before it is true, like back in the day, Adam Sandler, he was not like a huge hit, but I mean, I could watch some movies of him. But the thing is, like, I remember watching one of his movies, and then someone told me, "Hey, did you know that he like actually has like a singing career?" I'm not sure if you knew this, but he has like a singing career. And then if you listen to his albums, it's just more of the same thing that you will watch in a movie. It's just like the same stuff. Like, I don't like Courtney. Like he has like this song I can't remember, like about trimming his bush. And it's like
Okay.
he's a big secret because he trimmed his bush and blah 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 and don't tell my parents. And it's just like, I don't know. It's just like the type of humor that he has. It's just not. It's not for me. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's like you said. Like if I'm sitting down, I'm just chilling in my living room and I don't have anything to watch. I could play one of his movies in the background just to kind of have something playing on the background. But if I don't know, I wouldn't. I'm not sure if I would sit down and actually watch a movie from him anymore. I think the last one I remember watching from him, it was I think was it with can I, Drew Barrymore, was it?
Oh, 50 First Dates.
50 First Dates, yeah, that one. And then if I'm not sure, you have what you have seen the Halloween one, but does he still have like the same crew? Like,
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
how
he
he's just
does.
like the same people that he like
Same
is always
people.
in this. Jeez. See, so I don't know. It's just like it's like the same character on every single
The
movie.
thing
He's
is,
like
I
playing
don't
the same.
mind that because, and I'll get on that right now. But do you think this was always the case, or like, did you always feel like this with Adam Sandler movies, or do you think this is more of like a recent thing? Like, did you like him? Did you like him before?
Yeah, I liked him before, but I think it's because it was like it wasn't as constant. He didn't do it as much as now. Like for example, if you get one, two, three movies, and then okay, so that's cool. He's probably probably trying to help people out to get out there in the business, whatever. But then if you release 12, 13, 15 movies with the same exact crew doing the same exact thing, I mean they're making money. That's fine,
Yeah.
but it's just the same thing. Like I don't want to get off topic yet, but like for example, if you watch Jim Carrey's movies, for example, he has like his particular way of making comedy, making faces and all this and that, and you watch all these movies, and it's all the same, like the same type of comedy, I guess. But
Do you feel
I don't
like
know.
that in a way as well about Jim Carrey?
Yeah, yeah, I think
Okay.
so. It's just like if you're watching, you remember watching The Mask, for example, and everything was exaggerated, like because obviously he had the mask on.
Hmm.
But then if you watch Liar Liar, and then it's just the same thing but without the mask. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Just like
it is true.
so.
It is true. And not to knock on Jim Carrey, but I kind of have I kind of have the same way of thinking of that part. Yeah, I recently watched or rewatched that movie Ace Ventura.
Yeah.
And on that movie, it is really exaggerated. Like everything just, and I don't know. Like I said, at the end of the day, it's just our opinion. But with Jim Carrey, I did like his
Yeah.
movie, Bruce Almighty.
Yeah. Bruce Almighty was nice.
That was a
The
really good
first one.
movie. Yeah, the first one. And it was like had a nice message. There's a few of Carrie that I could fuck with, but in general, I do get annoyed at that repetitiveness, and Adam Sandler does that. Now,
Yeah.
let me give you an example where it's not always the case where like having the same crew is a bad thing. Like I've
Mm.
always liked the crew of Seth Rogen and Judd Apatow and that crew.
Yeah. Yeah.
James Franco.
Exactly.
Like
Yeah.
and to be honest, Seth Rogen and that crew, they've been making series and shows since like the late '90s. It's just they blew up later, but they did some series like Freaks and Geeks,
Mm.
where they didn't really make it big, but they were funny and shit. So, but I guess
Yeah.
what I'm trying to say is that I like that crew, and they use the same characters, but I just think they try to reinvent themselves each time, and I think that's the problem. And Sandler used to kill it in movies. I used to love his movies. Like one of my favorite movies is Big Daddy. I don't
Big
know if you
Daddy.
ever
Yeah.
watched
Of
it.
course.
That was
Of
that's
course.
a
Yeah.
great
Yeah. Yeah.
movie,
That was a great movie.
and
It
and it
was. It
has all
was.
those characters, all those people that he uses. But for some reason, it just worked. It clicked. And then you see this movie that I'm talking to you about now, and it's the same characters, and you're like, "Yo, what the fuck happened here? Like, did you guys decided to not write anything funny anymore?" And it's just a typical like falls and like like even that movie Grown Ups where you had
Yeah. Well,
Chris Rock and all these big stars. I mean, it's watchable, but like the second one and third, I don't know if they made it was just like it's so corny. Like I just found it to be so I don't know. I guess the term family comedy, but it's not even that because there's family comedy that is really good and
yeah.
but in any case, yeah.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that like I think when you get too repetitive, we're not with the concept of the movie itself because obviously the scripts are different on each movie. But it's just like that, like you said, for example, on every single Adam Sandler's movie, he falls, and that's apparently supposed to be funny to 99% of the people who obviously watch the movie. But then, for example, like my sister back in the day, she's 24 years old right now. But back in the day, she used to like not think Adam Sandler was a god, But I mean, that was the type of movie that I guess she was allowed to watch back in the day when she was 14, 15 years old, I guess. But the thing is that once again, you watch those type of movies now. There's some funny movies that you will watch right now that you watched back in the day and you still think that they're funny. For example, I would go with American Pie, for example. American Pie, it has a different type of humor than what Grown Ups, 51st States, etc. has. But then each movie is just a bit different, although all of them are about this, about the same thing. But the type of comedy that they present to the audience, I think it's just like it just has carried on over time. So like if you watch it right now, you still think, oh man, I remember when I watched this the first time, and it wasn't as big as you would think. I mean, American Pie was a big thing, but I think it's an underrated like